Hey guys, welcome back. So in the previous tutorial, we have seen how we can manage and use php-myadmin tool, which is provided by XAMPP. We have created a database with the name teach, and we have created a users table. Okay, that's very good. So as we have seen how we can create the database, now it's time to connect the database with our PHP application. It's very important that our PHP application be connected with the database so that dynamic applications may be created. So we just we see the most basic way of connecting the PHP with our MySQL database. Okay, so let's start our code and see how we can do it. So this is the first file, and we can save it with the name db_connect.php. All right. Okay. So um, the structure is just like this: connecting uh, to MySQL server is the first thing. Now, after connecting to MySQL server, we need to connect to our database. Okay, these are the two things which we'll be performing in this tutorial. It's not a very big deal, it's a very simple deal. But for amateurs, for the beginners, it can be a mind-blasting thing. So we just see how we can perform the same in a very simple way. The first thing is connecting to MySQL server. Okay, for that, we just create an object so that it saves the result of whatever being performed. Alright, so the first function is MySQL_connect. That will connect our application to MySQL server. At this time, um, now what the MySQL_connect takes as arguments, it takes three arguments. Okay, the first argument will take the server name, the second argument will take the username, the third argument takes the password, if any. If there is a password, you just put it in here, otherwise leave it blank with the double quotes on. Okay, so as we can see here, um, our SQL server is on the local host. So in the server name, we just put localhost. Localhost, nothing much. Okay, so the user, next thing is user. Our user is root at localhost, so we just need to put here root. And third thing is password, and there is no such password to access the php-myadmin, that is the MySQL server. So there is no such necessity for the password, so we just leave it blank now. And we can put a code die MySQL_error. It means if there is any error in MySQL code, then it just close the PHP applications with an error message using the die function. Die function turns off the PHP applications with the error message. Nothing else to be done. Now that we have connected our application to the MySQL server, and connection object must have been created. Now the next thing that we have to do, we have to connect our database. We have to connect our application to the MySQL database. So how we do it? We develop a DB object, and the function that we use is MySQL_select_DB. Okay, it's a function that connects to our database after connecting to MySQL server. Now again, it takes 2 or 3 arguments. The first argument is the database name, second argument is the database password, if any, the third argument is the connection object. Now for now we just need 2 arguments. As our database does not have any password, we just need to put the database name. So what's the database name? You must know we have a database name with the name teach. The name of our database is teach, so we just put teach here, and along with that we pass on the connection object of server. So this object must have the details of our server. So we pass here along with the database name. So by this, it connects this database on this server. Teach database on connection server. And if any problem, it can die our PHP application. That's very good. Let's see if we have any errors on the browser. Teach db_connect.php. As of now, we have no such error. But what if we do some mistake here? We refresh the page and we can see that die.php has thrown some certain errors. Now let's see what it says and what it states. MySQL Connect PHP network address get address info failed. It means that the address we have passed is wrong. So it is saying in line 5. Let's just go there, line 5, make it correct, refresh the page, no such error. Alright, what if we give a wrong username? Again a password, access denied for -localhost teach. Okay, it means the username is wrong. Let's just make it correct. Okay, and what if we give a wrong database name? And again unknown database teach, because we have no such database in the database table. That's really cool, you know. It's really easy. But what if we not want to die our application in case of any error? We can just show a message to the user regarding some things, or we can just do the things at our own personal level to see if the database is connected. Okay, we can just check the condition if $db. It means if $db has something, if it has some resources, then it can just say the database is connected. Alright, else things say echo problem in database connectivity. Check your connection string. Quite useful code. Okay, by this our application does not die, and it will never go in the die state, and it's very effective practice in terms of user point of view. So let's move on. And you can see if the code is perfect, then the error message then the message comes as database is connected. It's quite good. What if some error occurs? Refresh, problem in database connectivity, check your connection string. Quite useful, huh? Teach. And what if we make a mistake here? Save. Oh, when we make some mistake on MySQL Connect, it throws the network address. It's quite obvious because we are not, it does not make sense if we give a wrong address. Okay, what if we give a wrong route? Then it gives this error message, problem in database connectivity, check your connection string. So it's a really obvious thing. If we just give a wrong address, then it will do nothing more than throwing an warning to the PHP applications. That's quite obvious. Okay, let's just make our application perfect, and that's all for the tutorial. And you can see how we can connect our database in few simple lines, and it's quite obvious. Let me just revise it for you guys. MySQL Connect will connect to the MySQL server, and MySQL_set_db set the particular database in our web application. Okay, and these lines will just print according to the connectivity status. Okay, that's all for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we'll see how we can access the tables using PHP applications. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned. Thank you.